And welcome to my soul tribe. My name is Miriam Rose. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, set your bell on all, like, comment and share, as I really appreciate all of your support. Now let's get on with the video. My dearest brothers and sisters, this is Tunia speaking. I love you so very much. Today I would like to share how the gender dynamics work in the group of Pleiadians that I'm a part of. There are some cultural differences between different groups of Pleiadians, just as there are different cultures on Earth, and so I'm only describing one set of Pleiadian genders dynamics. I'm not saying that this is how Earth humans must also behave. I'm just sharing how things work where I am from. I will also only be describing the most common gender dynamic that we have here. No one is forced into the specific dynamic, and some people choose to have a different dynamic than what I will be describing. That is completely fine. I will be talking about masculine people who have more masculine than feminine energy. Most of these are men, but not always. Similarly, I will be talking about feminine people who have more feminine than masculine energy. Most of those are women, but not always. Women certainly can spend some time doing mostly masculine energy tasks and being in masculine energy, however, doing so the average woman happy. I will be talking about feminine people who have more feminine than masculine energy. Most of these are women, but not always. Similarly, I will be talking about masculine people who have more masculine than feminine energy. Most of these are men, but not always. First of all, the highest priority in Pleiadian society is that all barriers are removed that could hinder feminine people from loving unconditionally and endlessly. If we don't have feminine people loving unconditionally, then we have nothing. In our view, science and technology and spirituality and material comfort, etc., ultimately don't matter if we don't have love. Furthermore, this unconditional love is what's needed to raise a healthy next generation of people. Masculine people are not forced, but usually take on the responsibility of making sure that feminine people indeed can love freely and unconditionally. So masculine people are doing a lot of the practical work, as well as everything that's needed to keep the feminine people safe. Of course, feminine people can do practical tasks too, but the majority of that is done by masculine people. So you could think of masculine people as creating the conditions in which the feminine can blossom. And of course, masculine people can be very loving too, but being unconditionally loving towards everyone is usually not the primary focus of masculine people as it is with feminine people. Note that this is a very useful division of responsibility. Feminine people love unconditionally, which is great, but it also means that we are absolutely terrible at identifying who may be dangerous and dealing with them in a good way. Because after all, we love everyone, including destructive beings, we being feminine people. We just want to give them a hug, and we are way too quick to think that if we are kind to them, surely they will turn to the light. We are also way too inclined to believe them if they lie to us. So how do we feminine people decide who we should and shouldn't trust on a social level? Well, we choose not to decide that. We choose to leave that to the masculine people. Masculine people aren't so blinded by their unconditional love, and hence they are the people who protect feminine people. Masculine people are the soldiers, the commanders, the cops, to the extent that cops are needed. Those judges who deal with being who are malevolent, and the people who make decisions about that you may think of as imagination. There are no laws banning feminine people from being a soldier, etc., but this is how people generally organize themselves. Most feminine people understand that the masculine people are much better at keeping everyone safe than they are, and so most feminine people simply allow the masculine people to make all the military and police and safety related decisions without trying to change or give input about military and police and the safety related decisions. I think that's a great division of responsibility. This way I am just able to be a big fluffy bundle of love, and I'm being kept safe, and people like Hakan, my fellow Pleiadian, are able to conduct military operations as they feel the need to, and I'm not annoying him with unhelpful suggestions such as, but have you considered giving those destructive beings a hug yet? I'm sort of making a joke here. Yes, love is important, but well, Hakan and the other masculine people understand that too. It is not that they are heartless. We Pleiadians are absolutely making plenty of proposals to potentially destructive beings for peaceful coexistence. This set allows the feminine people to be fully loving, and that allows the masculine people to be fully effective at keeping us safe. Some of you may be wondering, but if feminine people don't check the military decisions of masculine people, then won't masculine people become corrupt? And I don't know, start needless wars of aggression? And the answer is that masculine people don't start wars of aggression so long as they grow up in a society where feminine people love everyone unconditionally. Hence my earlier statement that the most important thing in society is feminine people loving unconditionally. That's what stops everything from becoming corrupt. Or to put it another way, why would our masculine people want to go to war if they live in a post-scarcity society with feminine people who already love them unconditionally? Similarly, if we had police, and if there was discussion about potential police corruption or police violence or police prejudice, then most feminine people would leave that up to the masculine people to sort out. To be clear, feminine people would be allowed to give input and they would be listened to. It's just that most feminine people would choose not to give input. Also, if the question came up, should we allow these potential dangerous people to enter and move about freely in our society? Then I also wouldn't give input, because I don't think I would be a good judge on that topic. The earth equivalent of this is that I would let the masculine people determine immigration policy. Our masculine people are happy to let in beings of all races so long as they are not destructive or dangerous. I will happily leave that decision to the masculine people because I think they can make a better choice than I can, and also because then I can just focus on loving everyone and spending time with my family and having fun. I don't really want to harden up and weigh a painful dilemma about letting potentially dangerous people in because they would benefit from being here versus not letting them in to make sure we are safe. I am happy that the masculine people deal with that so that I can remain in my big fluffy loving everyone mode. That's basically my life. Loving everyone, loving my gal pals in the other sense of the word, having fun in whatever way I feel like, spending quality time with my family and friends and animal companions, going on holidays with my family to beautiful worlds, regularly having massages, moving my body, being artistic, keeping up my spiritual practice, and doing some volunteer work whenever I feel like it. Okay, and I also do these channelings, but I love doing that. This isn't work for me. Of course, some other feminine people do choose to spend a lot of time on work, or research, or study, or self-development, or whatever else they choose, and that's fine. These fields are completely open to everyone. Admittedly, if I ever came across a masculine person who was unhappy or who was having a tough time, and if I noticed I could help him in any way or even just listen to him, I would drop everything I was doing and I would go and help this masculine person, even if I didn't know him. That's also a part of us loving everyone unconditionally, actually sitting down with struggling people and seeing if we can help, including if it's an unknown man who is struggling. Our feminine people aren't treating our masculine people as disposable or as worthless until they prove themselves useful. We have an emotional safety net for everyone, including struggling men. It may sound like the masculine people are getting a bad deal here because they are doing the lion's share of conventional work. However, most masculine people are actually very happy with this arrangement. They are usually men who are in a committed relationship with a woman who loves them and their children unconditionally. Those women genuinely look up to their husbands because he is the one who is providing all the practical and safety related conditions that enable her and her family to thrive. Usually he is the one with, say, the engineering or the military expertise, which she doesn't have, and so she looks up to him and is grateful to him for facilitating her happy life and facilitating the success of her society on a broader level. And because she looks up to this man, she's probably very attracted to him. Also, if he ever struggles in any way, she drops whatever she is doing and goes to support him. One way of looking at our society is that we let feminine people be feminine and don't force them to engage in masculine tasks, although they are welcome to choose to engage in those. And we let masculine people be masculine and we give them everything and all the support they need to excel in those fields. Our feminine people don't try to out-masculinize our masculine people, and our masculine people honor and respect our feminine people and work to make sure that they are safe and taken care of in all ways. That way, the masculine supports and protects the feminine and creates conditions where she can blossom. And the feminine nourishes and motivates the masculine. If we feminine people stopped loving unconditionally, then eventually our masculine people wouldn't be motivated to work hard and to take care of people anymore, and our society would decline. So this is how we do things. It works great for us, frankly. I feel like us feminine people are almost cheating with us going on spa days to recover from our holidays and us going on holidays to recover from our spa days. But our masculine people are genuinely thriving in this configuration as well. Lots of masculine people are perfectly happy to work hard so long as they are supported and appreciated and looked up to and not treated as disposable, and the home front is taken care of and they have the authority authority to make sure that they can fulfill their responsibilities. Conversely, a lot of masculine people on Earth don't have those things and aren't around unconditionally loving females people. And Earth society doesn't always reward masculine people for working hard. If feminine people want to benefit of living in a society where masculine people are freely choosing to work hard to make sure that everything practical and safety related is taken care of, then, from my perspective, the feminine people should also meet the needs of the masculine people and create a situation that genuinely works for average masculine people too. And yes, I agree that feminine people on Earth are treated poorly too, that's true. But while true, everyone already agrees, for example, that men should commit fewer crimes. Conversely, a lot of people don't even agree for that. Example, divorce court should stop being biased against men, or that schools should stop emasculating boys, or that we shouldn't have more women-only scholarships than men-only scholarships during a time when already more women attend university. It is to the point on Earth where even the idea of asking an average guy what he wants and what he thinks should change in society is considered vaguely disgusting or anger-inducing by many. And whenever someone actually wants to call attention to male suffering, they have to mention that women are affected too, because otherwise no one cares about the suffering of an average man. Therefore, treat men better is a theme that's repeated throughout these messages because it's important. Plus, it's socially acceptable for women to ask for societal change to benefit women, but it's not socially acceptable for men to ask for societal change that benefit men. Hence, your friendly Pleiadian girl pal will have to speak out for men. And yes, Earth people don't yet live in a post-scarcity society, and so they may not be able to afford rent or food if only the man works. I get that. Still, Earth's post-scarcity age is hopefully not too far off, although it depends on the choices of Earth humans. I hope this was interesting. I am curious. What do you think about this gender dynamics, where women love unconditionally and men make sure all the practical and safety needs of everyone are taken care of? Would you personally be happy to live with such a societal setup? Please feel free to share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. I'd love to read them. With love, your star sister, Tunia. I hope someday we're going to live in such a society where everyone is happy. And if you enjoy celebrity news, then please visit my other channel called Miriam Rose. With absolute gratitude, love and light, cosmic kisses to everyone. Till next time, bye for now.